neighbor calls the police on you for a welfare check. Before you know it, your door is kicked off the hinges and you're in handcuffs. It's a legal loophole that police are using to get inside your home without a warrant. But a unanimous Supreme Court ruling gives you the power to stop them. But your neighbor is vindictive. He calls 911. He doesn't say you committed the crime, but he says you seem really agitated and that he's worried about you. And he asks the police to do a welfare check. Minutes later, the cops are walking up to your front door. Now, the police have a right to do what's called a knock and talk. But to do it, they have to enter the curtilage of your home. That's your porch, your walkway, the area immediately surrounding your house. Legally, this space has the same Fourth Amendment protections as your living room. The Supreme Court says police have an implied license to be there. It's the same license as a pizza delivery guy or a Girl Scout selling cookies. They can knock and state their business, but the moment it's clear you don't want them to be there or don't want to talk, that license is gone and they must leave your property. In our story, you see the police, but you know you've done nothing wrong, so you simply don't answer the door. Smart move. You are exercising your right to be left alone, but the police don't leave. They keep knocking, and they call back your neighbor for more information. The neighbor, wanting to cause more trouble, tells them, I think he takes medication for anxiety. Maybe he had a bad reaction, can't get to the door. For the officers, this is the pretext they've been waiting for. They now decide they have a reason to force entry, not for a crime, but for a medical emergency they just invented, all under the guise of the community caretaking function. But the law demands a true emergency. The police kicking their door, and they find you on your couch, watching TV perfectly fine. There was no emergency. You're startled. You're furious. You yell at them to get out of your house. To justify their bad entry, the officers now claim that you're being aggressive. They grab you and arrest you for disorderly conduct, maybe even sprinkle in a little resisting law enforcement. So what happens now? In a real federal case almost identical to this, a city taxpayers had to pay over $750,000 because the court found the officers' actions were a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment. How do you protect yourself? Rule number one, keep your door shut. If you open your door, anything the police see inside is subject to a plain view doctrine and can be used against you. Do not give the police an excuse to see something to justify their entry into your home. Rule number two, if you feel you must engage with the police, speak through the locked door. State clearly, I am fine and I do not need help. I do not consent to any searches. You do not have my permission to be on my property. Just like that. Now, some officers are going to say, I can't hear you. Can you open the door? Don't fall for that. I've seen that. Rule number three, record everything. Your Ring camera or your cell phone is your number one witness. It proves there's no emergency and that you clearly told them to leave, revoking their license to be there. Now listen.